Hey everyone, I'm Wes Seago, and this is AVF Term 1304, Week 3, and this is the week that we are to um, get our native functions working with PhoneGap. And it's been a rough week, man. I've got inventory at work, so not a lot of time. I started drawing a really cool compass, and I just never got around to finishing. I'll show you that. But anyway, we get to my app. First, I'm going to demo it here on. I've got all the lights turned down and the other monitor off, so hopefully you can get past this glare. But I'll demo it here on the iPad. You can still see that. I have it set up the same way. I did kind of change my grid a little bit, but I've got my native features over here on the left, and I have a Twitter feed right there on the right. Then down at the bottom, I've got a feed for the weather, and I've got the research. I have all 5 of these functions working in the iPad. I'll run through that for you real quick. Let's see, the first one I did was connection information, and basically it's going to query the connection, and I don't know if you can see that, but let's see, jumps in and it tells you, yeah, we're connected right now to Wi-Fi. So we'll go home and back to the home page and take a look at the next one. Is the compass, and I did the compass a couple of different ways. First, I had it set up to where it will query and get you the exact heading as the app starts up. Right now it's 343 degrees, I guess you can see that there. And then down here at the bottom, that's a one-time deal. It's with the page in it, so it grabs it and that's it. But I've also got set up for to watch. So if I hit start, you're going to see that it pulls up the heading there in the bottom, and as I move it, you can see that the heading is moving. It's going with it, and of course I put in a stop button so that doesn't just run forever. So we'll go back to the home page. Let's see. The next one on my app list was geolocation, and on the geolocation on the iPad, I have it set up to give me an alert that gives me pretty much everything. It spills out all the information, longitude, latitude, altitude, all of that stuff. Before my app, what I really just need is the latitude, the longitude, and the current time. So after you kill that alert box, it's going to query it, and it's going to put the HTML out to my page, so it gives me the current latitude, the current longitude, and the current time. And this application is actually going to be used to polar align a German equatorial mount for a telescope, and those are 3 really important pieces of information that you need to do that accurately. So the last one is the camera. So with the camera, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out, I'm going to show you my camera roll real fast. I'll leave the application and I'll run over here and get to my camera roll. Let's see. And just have some pictures there that my kids put in. Down there at the bottom, if you can see, there's a picture of a PhoneGap book. I'll go ahead and open that up so you can see that that is the very last picture on here. It's just a picture of the PhoneGap Essentials book. So that said, go back to the app and we'll pull up the camera application. And basically I kept this real simple right now. It's just a button there. It says take picture, and that's going to query the camera. So when I hit it, obviously it's going to pull up the camera. And let's see if we can get all the lights down. So try to get something going here. But I will take a picture of my laptop real fast. Okay, use. And now that that's done, we'll go back home. And I'll shut it back off, and we'll go back over there to the camera roll. Whoops, sorry about that. It's kind of difficult to do this upside down, for me anyway. But go back to the camera roll and you will see that now we have the picture of my laptop that I just took. So takes the picture, saves it to my camera roll. Didn't go that far with Android. I just ran out of time. I'm sure that I can figure out how to do it. It's going to take a little different way. But the last one, contacts, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go back out of my application, and I'm going to head over here to my contacts, And I'm going to show you that right there under D, you can see that. Well, that is really bad on the glare, isn't it? Let's see. I'll never get there. Alright, well, if you look right there on the D, there is no John Doe. So we'll go back to the application. And I'm going to have to get a mirror app, but I just, like I said, I've got inventory this week and I didn't have the time to do all of this stuff. But I programmed it to create a plumber, which was the exercise on PhoneGap. It was the example was a plumber, so I made it John Doe instead of Jane Doe, though. So you can see I'm going to hit this button. It says Save Contact. Left an alert in there. Save Contact was clicked. Contact saved. And once again, I'll go leave the app, go back up here, pull out my contacts, and you will see that, man, that's terrible glare. But now over there we have a John Doe. So if we pull John Doe up, you'll find that John Doe is my plumber. So I'm going to actually go in there right now and I'm going to delete John Doe so that I don't wind up with 300,000 John Does in my contacts list. Well, get back to the app, back to home. That's it. I'm going to get onto the computer and show you a few things. I really wanted to build a compass out, and you know, I got it. I built the compass and I built the pointer and I have it working, but I didn't line up my pictures right, and so that's kind of where I ran into trouble there. And again, I just ran out of time, but I'm probably going to have to redo those and you know, come up with a different way to make them so that it didn't line up right, and whenever I went into the CSS and tried to set it up to where it would line up right, the compass quit working. So, but I did make some cool little drawings, so I'll show you this. Okay, these are the PNGs I made for my compass. This is the compass body, and this is the compass needle, and needless to say, I really tried to line those up perfectly, but I'm going to have to play with it a little bit more. It's kind of a bummer because I wanted that working really bad. But anyway, a little bit more to work on that for next week, and I can try to get that working as well. So I'll go ahead and show you this on the Android real quick. Okay, and here we go on the Android. Man, my Android, the battery is just about dead, and I've been trying to get it charged, but this is going to be a lot more difficult because, number one, I only got the first 3 functions working on this one. I went ahead and loaded them in, the other 2 as far as the camera and the contacts, but I just didn't have a chance to get them going because, you know, obviously they're going to be a little bit different for Android as far as accessing the camera and whatnot. But show the connection information. I hate this thing. And it does show you the same thing. Gives you the type of connection as Wi-Fi. And the compass. Here we go. The current heading is 245.92 degrees. I hit start watching. You'll see that it's pulling the heading as I turn it. You'll see that begins to change. I'll go ahead and hit stop. And geolocation. Again, on this one, I had already gone to the point where, you know, on my app I just need latitude, longitude, and timestamp. So there it is in an alert. You don't get all of those that you get on iOS. And there it is. Once I accept that alert, it blows that out onto the HTML page. So it gives me my current latitude is 28.76 degrees, and longitude is and current time are on there as well. So anyway, that's it. I'll cut this short. I'm going to try to get another video going and kind of, you know, try to give you some insight into what this is going to do and how I'm going to use it. But you know, it's coming along nicely in my head. So y'all have a great evening. I appreciate you watching. Thanks.